Star Wars Clone Wars Season 7 Episode 10. Guys, if Revenge of the Sith had a DLC, this would be it. Guys, we are back once again, and we are going to be talking about some more Clone Wars today. There's a lot to go into this episode. There was so much that was in this episode, blew my mind. If you are a... First off, I'm going to say this to Dave Filoni, George Lucas, oh my gosh, man. Like, the way I was watching this felt like a movie. Because, again, with this going on, is going right along with Revenge of the Sith. Because you see where Maul is talking to Ahsoka, and she calls for help from Rex, and she finds out that he was wanting Anakin and Obi-Wan to go there to fight him. Because we later find out that after she talked to one of the primes, of the leaders that Maul was using, come to find out Maul had a dream. Maul had a vision of Anakin Skywalker. Close to the same thing Plagueis had, as well as also now Dooku. He also brings up when he was captured by Sidious and he was tortured by Dooku. That gets brought up in this episode for when his loyalists went to go save him. So, and we also get to see where we find out right when this time where Ahsoka's reporting to Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan informs her of Dooku dying by Anakin, as well as also him spying on the Chancellor. So this is going on, I want to say close to almost midpoint through the movie, right after where the council declared him to be on the council but not a master. So this is not that long after that happened, and I think that's the reason why I like how Obi-Wan said, I think you need to speak to Anakin, because Anakin needed a friend. He didn't need a mentor, he needed a friend, because now him and Obi-Wan are kind of on the outs a little bit with him asking him to do that, of course, in the movie. So right now that is what's going on. And we see just a magnificent battle with the Mandalorians and the loyalists of Maul. But what's even crazier is we see Pride and Boss in this movie from Solo. Because Maul tells him, the Pikes, and Death Watch to go into hiding. Because he knows that the merge of the Empire is on. Then he also takes a clone hostage, which we get to see, and it's revealed to him about the chips that are in all the clones' heads for Order 66. So he knows it's coming. That's the reason why when we get to see him talking to Ahsoka right in the throne room, he tells her that he was wanting to talk to her because he orchestrates another battle. He says, well, why do you think I orchestrated this war? He says, so that way I could get Kenobi and I could get Skywalker here. But instead I got you. So what is so crazy about this episode is they're talking and she says, well, why are you wanting Anakin? And he tells her, because he's been basically cooking to be the brand new apprentice for Sidious. And Sidious gets brought up because everyone's like, okay, Sidious, he's the mastermind of the Clone Wars, orchestrated everything. And she's thinking that Maul just wants to kill Anakin, kill the Jedi Order, and kill her, and kill Sidious, and become the new Sith Lord. Maul was a badass in this episode. The fight between him and Ahsoka, like the scene where you guys will see where they are talking, he's offering her a legislative branch to come with him so they can defeat Sidious. And glass breaks and just shards across in the room, and it felt like a movie. Just the way it looked, the way it felt. This feels like a movie. And we only have 2 more episodes which I am dreading, but I'm so excited to see, because just the way this feels is like Revenge of the Sith, and I'm waiting. And right now, with the way it went with him fighting Ahsoka, and it went back and forth, and Ahsoka says, and I love how she said it, because it looked like she was having a little issues. Maul and her kind of seemed like they're on the same wavelength a little bit, but I liked how she says, you wouldn't last long if Anakin was here. She says, with the way you're fighting. And he says, you have Kenobi's arrogance. She says, that's not the only thing about me you're not going to like. So I like how she mixed a little bit with Anakin and Kenobi with a lot of her fighting spirit as well as her gesture. And she's had that for a while, and we will see that more later on in Rebels. But they do capture Maul. Maul is able to somehow he's able to get the upper hand on Ahsoka. She loses both of her lightsabers, and right when Maul looks like he's about ready to leave, he's basically leaving whoever's left for his loyalists to die or to be captured. And when he does that, he is saved by Ahsoka right after he falls, and he says, die, let me die. He says, we all are going to die, you don't know it yet. So he knows what's going to happen. Just everyone thinks he's crazy when he's actually being truthful. And they capture him, they stun him, and then we say, we got this here from Rex says, we got this from Commander, and then it just goes into, and I'm thinking, okay, during this time frame, when are we going to be seeing Order 66? Because I got this weird suspicion either Order 66 is going to happen either mid next episode or the end of the next episode, because I got this weird suspicion that we're going to be seeing Order 66 somehow, some way, and Obi-Wan is going to be the one to tell her about going into hiding. I mean, hopefully we get to see that. But this, oh my gosh, this episode was absolutely incredible. I loved every minute of it. I couldn't get enough. The way it looked, the way it sounded, the way it flowed, the way it was orchestrated. This was, again, if Revenge of the Sith had a DLC, this would be it. I don't really have a whole lot to complain about this, because they really put a lot that they brought from the books to the comics into this episode. Everything about Star Wars lore that had to do with Plagueis having a vision about Anakin, Count Dooku having a quick little vision about Anakin before he died, now Maul having a vision before about Anakin, and also with Brian Boston here. So it's really cool how during Solo, during the early days of the Empire, he is in hiding, Maul is, so now we know why he was in hiding, because he was in hiding because again, somehow he escapes. We don't know how just yet, unless you read the books. I have not, which I really need to, but I'm waiting to see how he escapes and what he does go into hiding for so long. So I can't wait to see this. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed it, are you guys ready for the end of Clone Wars? You guys ready to see this? I am, but I'm not. It's just I can't get enough of this. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.